Imagine tasting a wine from vines that are over 100 years old. Now imagine those vines are growing in soils that used to be at the bottom of an ancient ocean. This is the story of a rare California wine that almost no one else knows about. The two renegade winemakers who refused to let it disappear. The founders. Meet Alex and John Krause, two Bonnie Doon alumni who founded Birichino in Santa Cruz in 2008. Between them, they bring 4 decades of winemaking experience across California, France, Italy, and beyond. But here's what makes them different. While most winemakers chase the newest trends, Krause and Locke hunt for the oldest vines, 19th and early 20th century vineyards, and as they like to say, a few from the late disco era. The name Birichino, pronounced Birichino, means naughty or mischievous in Italian. A fitting name for winemakers who make a living rescuing forgotten grape varieties, the valley. Which brings us to the Cienega Valley, a small remote strip of land in San Benito County that most people have never heard of. But beneath your feet, the fossilized remains of a prehistoric sea. Millions of years ago, this valley was underwater. Gemelli Vineyard. This valley is home to some of the oldest continuously farmed vineyards in California, some dating back to the late 1840s. The Gemelli Vineyard, planted in 1908. These vines were here before World War I, before Prohibition, before California was even a major wine region. And they're still producing. But getting here isn't easy. The frequent hail and occasional high water required just to reach this singular site keeps most winemakers away. Not Krause and Locke. The vines are planted in porous soils made from the calcified remains of uplifted seabed, mixed with tumbled down granite from ancient volcanic eruptions, and they're farmed without irrigation, no drip lines, no safety net, just ancient roots searching deep into prehistoric earth. The result, a very small crop of such depth and intensity that more than rewards those willing to make the journey. The varietal. And what grows here? Cabernet Pfeffer, a rare, nearly forgotten varietal that most people have never tasted. Known for its signature peppery spice, dark fruit concentration, an almost wild character. Cabernet Pfeffer is a grape that demands respect. And 115-year-old vines from Gemelli, they deliver it with authority. The wine. The 2023 Birichino Cabernet Pfeffer from Gemelli Vineyard. With only 5 barrels produced and bottled unfiltered, this is not a wine you stumble upon. Dark berry, cracked black pepper, crushed stoned wild herbs. There's something primal about it, something that tastes like the earth itself, remembering when it was on ocean floor. This is what happens when minimal intervention winemaking meets carefully farmed, family-owned vineyards. Native fermentations, neutral barrels, no fining, no filtration, just letting the vineyard speak for itself. In a world obsessed with what's new and trendy, there's something profound about two former Bonnie Doon winemakers dedicating themselves to century-old vines and forgotten grapes. This is Gemelli Vineyard. This is Cabernet Pfeffer. This is what happens when you're willing to be a little Birichino, a little mischievous, and brave hell and high water for something truly singular. 5 barrels, unfiltered, 2023. A wine that connects you to 1908, to prehistoric seas, and to two winemakers who believe the best grapes are the ones everyone else forgot. Thanks for watching. If you love stories about rare wines and people who make them, hit subscribe. Have you ever tried a forgotten varietal? Let me know in the comments.